Car just started. Puga just started.
All right, everybody, welcome. This is episode 9. We're getting right on to it. I have my two Asians right here with me. To the right of me, we have Carl, and to the left of me, we have Big Buck Kyle. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm very happy. Just make sure you guys listen. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Make sure you follow the Instagram page, please, at Puka Circle Podcast. Hashtag PCP. And just want to give thanks to everybody, a little Thanksgiving support for always continuing to push the podcast, liking it, sharing it, leaving silly comments, messaging me for feedback. I do appreciate that. But let's get down to it. Today's topics are going to be a little bit about P. Diddy and his allegations that are going on in the media right now. We're going to be talking a little bit about Josh Giddey. He's an Oklahoma City basketball player. A little bit about these two right here growing up together, family, holidays, and a little stories they're willing to share with us. And, so we're going to go from there. All right, yo. Thank you again, Carl and Kyle, for coming. We're going to start with you two in getting you guys, like every season, I ask intro questions. This is the first time that you both appear on this pod, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Carl, I think me and you had some Island Boys activities, some episodes there, right?
Actually, no.
Yeah, bro, you were the one. You were there with fucking Andres. What do you fucking mean, though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Big Energy, and that's where I got his nickname. That's literally what I call him now.
Big Energy.
Yeah, like staying positive and things like that. I don't know if you remember, but all right, we're gonna start with you, Carl.
All
The first intro question: what have you learned recently that has changed your outlook on life?
Damn.
I know it's serious. All right, you got this.
So, very corny. I've definitely seen this before or read it of some sort. Definitely from a book. But having like an attitude for gratitude. Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely seen that in like probably a couple of like, motivational videos. But I definitely read in a book. But having like whatever happens to you, just it's there for a reason, and just to be thankful that it's setting you up for something else. So, yeah.
I like that attitude for gratitude. Never heard of that one before. So I wonder where you got that one from. I'm gonna Google it later. But thank you, thank you.
Washington or something.
Thank you for sharing that. All right. Before we move on to question 2, Kyle, same question, man. What have you learned recently that has changed your outlook on life?
My coworker actually told me this. Everything has its season. Meaning, well, this is my definition of it. Everything has its time and place. So, for
Okay.
example, if you're going through something or if I'm going through something, there's a reason why it happened.
Mhm.
Either you can take it as a blessing or take it negatively. So, to me, when she said that to me, she goes like, just take your time, take life day by day. Everything will fall right into place, and everything has its reason why it falls into place.
I get what you're saying. I like
So-
that. That's also that one makes sense a lot. Never heard of it like that either. You see,
Yeah.
2 different perspectives from 2 different Asians. I love it.
Don't look at me.
Yo, I'm just gonna let you know on camera that is a fresh ass hat. People with big heads cannot wear that. So me
Looks
and Kyle are very
stupid as hell.
Haters gonna hate.
bro. Yo, nah, I think you look fresh, bro. You look fresh as fuck.
Thank you.
Look like a French prince right there. And it looks like Kyle's putting it right on your mouth. Pause.
Oh,
All right, moving on to question number 2. Kyle, you're gonna start off with this one.
Oh boy.
Let's see. When did you realize you became an adult?
I think I have an answer for that. It's deep. When
Before you continue, hold on. Lift it a little more so it's at least directional. Yep, perfect.
when my dad passed away, I was 18, straight out of I was about to say college, straight out of high school. I obviously, my mom lost her man in her life,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of forced me to be her man in her life now. So, being at 18, growing up that fast, it was still young, but mature enough to understand why I had to grow up really fast because
Yeah.
what my dad did when he was alive for my mom, for our family, now it's on me and my brother. So that's when I first like realized when I was like became a quote unquote adult.
Adult. Bro,
You know,
honestly, I remember that. I remember when you told us, shit was so surreal. I think that was like, co-
after school.
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, it was after school. You let us know, and you guys did step it up, man. I mean, your mom was blessed to have two boys,
Yep.
and your aunt was still there,
Yep.
so she was kind of the moral support. But let me ask you, and I'm gonna ask both of you these questions, different scenarios, but both of these questions, later on. How did your brother take it? How did you view your brother taking when your father passed away? Was it harder on him, or did you just see more of a, I gotta be the big brother and step up too?
In a way, I did have to be a big brother because yes, he's the oldest one. Yes, I guess you can say the man of the house.
Yeah,
So when he wasn't home, when he wasn't available, that's when I had to like step in. Like my brother would ask me for help every single time. Like, hey, I'm not gonna be home. I'm gonna be at work. Can you
yeah,
help out mom? Or we call her mama, my aunt.
yeah.
Can you help them out? Bring them here, bring them there. Because usually it was my dad doing all that.
Gotcha.
So me and my brother had no idea. I want to say I have no idea what my dad did, but we didn't have to do it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
our dad was there. So when my dad passed away, it was just bam, just laid it out all in front of us.
So in a way, like you guys shared your dad's responsibility, as in like,
Yeah.
your brother took care more of, all right, I gotta get down and grind, work
Right.
finance wise, and then you like whatever the small things he did,
Yeah.
that no one ever knew. This is the
Mhm.
stuff where I have to step up.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, all right. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I didn't expect to hear that today. I didn't want to even go that route, but thank you for sharing. That's real. I appreciate that. And Carl, what about you? When did you realize you became an adult?
Damn.
So it's a big answer, man. It's
It is.
Kyle
It
made the
is.
level playing field not easy for us.
Damn. Let's see.
Just know.
That too. No, but went on my Chase app and checked the yeah, I went on my Chase app and all I saw was minus $43.14. And I was like, yo, I gotta get that money back.
They give you a reality check.
Yeah. I
No
was like,
pun intended.
yeah, no, I was like, yo, I spent too much money at the club. So
At 18? No, how old were you?
old enough.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but for real, that what do you call that? I was all about my parents always financing me, all that stuff. And then when I got my first like real job, working at Nike, I was like so into like just buying all this shit. Like Puka, you see me like always
Mad
wearing
nice shoes.
mad shoes and all that stuff. But I didn't care. I didn't care about how much I was spending. Like I always thought that
Yeah.
I made enough, but I wasn't like looking forward. Like I never checked my bank account. I was always like thinking, oh, it's all right. It'll be sufficient. It'll be all right. And then there was one day where I just checked my bank account, and I'm like, why is it red? All it says minus 43. I was like, what the?
Woke you
And
up.
I remember, yeah. So I remember. Luckily, I was off like the next like 2 days until I got paid.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, I only have like $20 in my pocket, so ramen noodles for the next couple of days. And after that, I was like, all right, we'll like look at the bank account. We'll try to like refinance and actually like take things more seriously. But
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Well, man, it's always real when you get hit with a red balance. I was so proud of myself because since I was talking about this in the past episode, I haven't had no job since I've only been unemployed once since I was 15, 16. Only once ever. And I never really had to worry about money until I finally got unemployed and got hit with that overdraft fee.
Mm,
And I was like, fuck, shit is tight.
yeah.
I got to get my shit together. And it made me finally think like, all right, do I have to go back to grinding, get a second job? I got to apply for jobs. I have to network, put myself out there. Even ask my friends like, hey, anybody know if anyone's hiring? Like it's at first you think it's embarrassing, but it's like you
It's
got to get
not.
over it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
not.
got to get over it and just be like, all right, this is what I got to do. and how am I gonna get there? But I feel you with that overdraft. I know at first you were throwing it into just kid, but
Yeah, no, for real. I was like, no, that was like a
No,
that was
it
that was
yeah.
like a real moment. I was like, yo, this isn't it.
This isn't it.
This isn't
nah, I
it.
feel you, man. It's
Yeah.
definitely a fucking burden to have,
Hell
and
yeah.
it sucks too because you don't want to go ask mom and dad, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because then they're gonna be like, oh, you've been working all this time, like what have you been doing with your money?
Yep.
Exactly.
And you don't want to be like, yo, go look at my closet, my money's there.
Yeah, no, for real. Like I remember every time like a box that said for me, it was coming from like Memphis, Tennessee. My mom knows like what's from Memphis, Tennessee, the Nike wear like the distribution center.
Yep.
And I was like, oh fuck. And it was always like that one big box. It was always like a sneaker box. And my parents were just like, here we go. And it was like going weekly. And they just knew, like, you gotta stop spending money and all that stuff. And I was like, man, I don't care about that, like when you're a young kid.
Yeah, I feel you.
So
Well, thank you guys for answering those intro questions. They were real. Like I said, we were going to touch on the P. Diddy allegations. I know you guys don't know much about it. You guys seen it on social media, correct? If I'm not wrong.
I've seen it on the
I've seen
news.
it, yeah.
All right.
Very
So
brief.
I'm going to give you kind of a more thorough understanding of what it's about. Obviously, I'm not an expert at anything, but I read some articles. I read a little bit of the affidavit that's out there. It's kind of really fucked up if you ever have some time and you're bored and just want to see how much of a piece of shit he's being put out to be. Definitely read that affidavit because and isn't it funny too? Because you were over the other day. Oh, you came late.
Which one?
The day you came to watch the UFC fight. We were watching music videos up there, and we were literally talking about Cassie. And then not even like 3 days later, and this girl's fucking on the news.
On the news. Mind you, I didn't know who Miss Ventura was.
Oh yeah. Because they
Because
used
all
her
we
last
knew
name.
her was as
It's
Cassie.
Cassie,
Yeah,
exactly.
as
Yeah.
the singer.
She is so hot.
She's very even at
She
this
ain't
age.
hot right
she's,
now.
Oh well,
Hot
she's.
back
You don't
then?
think so?
I mean, the dish.
Oh yeah, with this,
Oh,
but
no, she is pretty.
yeah, she's
very
very
pretty.
hot. She's very hot.
Hot.
All right, so basically, I'm gonna go through this very quickly. She blew up the internet a couple of days ago, earlier last week or this week,
I
maybe.
feel like 2 weeks ago.
Might have been Monday. That's how quick everything went. I think it might have been
This past Monday
Yeah, that's how fast
or
everything
last
went.
week? I think last week.
Sunday or Monday. Well, whatever. Sometime recently, Cassie blew up the internet a couple of days ago by bringing up a civil lawsuit against P. Diddy, which his real name is Sean Combs. Just to let you know, I'm going to read you what was in the allegations, but that case got settled in 24 hours. Now, I don't have to be an expert, and I'm just going to read you out what his attorney said. And why would you have to put something out like this if you know there's...
Wait, before we start, she is suing him.
Yes, she's
Okay.
suing him. Civil lawsuit, though. And I'll tell you why it's a civil lawsuit. I didn't even think of it like this because I'm not an attorney, but Carl has some legal expertise that he can help us explain
This is
everything.
your-
But
Oh,
after
please stop it.
after his attorney settled, this is what his attorney came out with the statement. His attorney said the following: just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Ms. Ventura the best. Right there. I just want to hear your thoughts, man. Like I told you, simple facts. What is that? One of you chime in. What do you think?
like
about this?
why he settled it that quick?
Yeah. Like, why would you? Do you think someone getting a lawsuit against them right away, settling in less than 24
That's
hours?
quick. That's very quick.
I've never heard such a thing.
Neither
There
have
we
I.
go. Yeah,
Neither
that's
have I.
Like, that's unspoken of. Like that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
24
I
hours?
thought it was. I was like, I've never heard of that either, and I'm glad you haven't heard of it, and you haven't ever heard of it. What does that just ring a bell to you? Does it sound like he's fucking guilty?
Guilty, and he's trying to save his own ass
Yeah, because I'm gonna read you what's in the
and
allegations.
his like image.
Correct. Which
Whatever.
honestly, I don't know. I know you guys kind of follow the hip hop world, like kind of, but like he's been portrayed to be like. There's been a lot of underground talk,
Like
and
an
like
asshole.
yeah, he's been like portrayed to be some kind of horrible like boss. Like anyone signed to Bad Boy Records always complains about the money getting paid.
I mean, look at the past groups he tried to create. They never really were
Yeah.
successful in the long run. If that makes sense.
Well,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of them came off of like that whole making a band thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
that was his show.
what was it like Day 26? Was it Danny D.
Danny D. Kane.
Um,
They were successful in their prime, but was it long?
Yeah, it wasn't a long term.
Was
It's
it
like if
long
he never
term?
worked
No.
on his artist and also
I
if
feel like they had to work by themselves,
correct,
but
yeah,
he was getting all that money.
exactly. So that's a lot of the underground talk saying that like this man made them work OD.
Mm.
So when they finally got like record deals and they looked at the payout, something wasn't right. Something wasn't mixing. Like, yo, I put all this work in, and
Felt
you're
like
telling me,
I felt like he was just doing it just for money.
Yeah.
that's really how
Money.
that's a sad reality of it.
Yeah,
man. Like
that's true.
You know, like you put yourself on the map. You know, you deserve that. You know, money, but the cost of like what's the consequence for it?
yeah.
And it's like all that. You know, like
You know what it is though. There was a point where he was just an extremist though. They kept even Mace. I don't know if you guys know. You obviously know the
Oh,
rapper
shit,
Mace.
yeah.
He comes out with a show now. It's called "It Is What It Is" podcast with Cameron, and they talk a bunch of shit there. It's mostly for sports,
Mhm.
but Cameron always like revisits this, especially when the P Diddy allegations came up. Mace made a couple of guest appearances on these podcasts, and they always ask him what's his relationship with Puff Daddy, and Mace is honestly like always like he doesn't say too much other than like honestly, man, like guy was a tyrant, asked a lot, didn't really do much for you. And after a while, like you really ask yourself, like, is it worth it? And he kind of suckers you in because when you first, sign with him, like you come from the streets, you come from a poverty side.
Come from nowhere.
Exactly. So when you see the first contract, you're gonna jump on it just because it's a way out. But when you realize that you have no control of your publishing rights, you have no control of like all these things, they all go back and say like, "Yo, Puff Daddy is like a horrible person. Like you never want to work with him."
Right.
And even 50 Cent destroys him on the internet. I don't know if you ever seen that. He always says like he's fruity, he's weird, he's a
that.
like he's
Yeah.
just there's a lot of rumors out there. So now let's get to the allegation. So on this affidavit, she alleges that he when they briefly broke up in 2012, she started dating Kid Cudi. And he got super jealous that he threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Not even shortly after that, when he told her he was going to blow up her car, his car went up in flames in his house. In LA.
Ironically.
Yep. So she mentions that. She mentions him. Well, I don't even know if I'm allowed to use this word. He,
Sexually abused.
sexually abuses her in 2018 when they were not even together. He forces himself into her home. He, sexually abuses her. She doesn't want anything of it, and that's what sparked her finally saying, "You know what? I'm gonna get my
Enough's
revenge." Yeah. So that's what so this dumbass kind of fucked it up because I think she was gonna leave it. She was really gonna let it go, but in 2018 he does this. She also accuses him of forcing her to have a lot of sex with male sex workers as he watched and masturbated. Like that's in her affidavit. Like,
Ew.
and if you hear weird things about Puff Daddy, like this kind of makes sense. She also mentions in the allegations that she feared for her life when he dangled one of her friends that she was making music with, dangling him off a balcony of a 17-story building. His security, his security did, because he commanded them to.
From Cassie.
And it's rumored to be Wale. Yeah. Like there's a story on the internet where the guy that was
Wale?
there's a story on the internet where the guy confirms that it's Wale dangling off the balcony. It's not confirmed. It's just it's someone that was there.
And what year was it?
That was probably 2016, if I'm not mistaken. She also puts in her affidavit that there's plenty of times that he forces her to hold his gun in her purse, which she's obviously terrified of.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it's illegal. I don't think you can carry if she doesn't have a license to carry.
No.
So if she would have got caught, she would have been fucked.
Yeah.
He hid her in hotels where she would recover from his physical abuse. Staff and workers affiliated with that hotel were affiliated with Puff Daddy, and they always turned a blind eye when he went on a rampage and beat her up.
Basically, just covering for him.
Exactly. He said that when she finally decided to go into a love affair, at first she was deceived, obviously. She was promised so much and didn't get anything delivered, but she signed something where he had full control of her medical records and always kept her drugged out of her mind.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Always kept her in a loopy stage, so she never kind of like was
know what was going on.
like not
Or
coherent.
remember.
Or just easily addicted to stuff. So he would also basically record these sexual acts that he would record of her doing with these male prostitutes, and
Yo,
he would force her to watch it sometimes.
this
So
guy's
yeah, bro, and this is
ruthless.
all in her affidavit too. And the last thing that she put is he always. Well, she mentions this because of him. She developed a big addiction to drugs, and some of the drugs she mentions that she was on due to him, fucking her up so badly was ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and an excess amount of alcohol, which she became addicted to, just to hide from the pain. So, yeah, man, I want to hear some thoughts, man. What do you think? Like, you think this is true? Like, you think someone writes an affidavit like this just to ruin someone's image, or you think at least some of it has to be true? What are your thoughts?
I mean, there's always truth behind anything.
Facts.
So I'm guessing some of it's true, considering like what P Diddy built his reputation
Mhm.
up until now. I mean, yeah, I guess it's true, but it's unfortunate that she had to
Go through it.
go through it and then do more harmful stuff to herself
Yeah.
to forget it. I mean, obviously the easy way. I guess you can say she unfortunately took the easy way out.
Well, with settling.
Yeah, or like taking
Oh, taking
the
the
drugs, dealing it. I mean,
Yeah.
there are other ways to deal with it, but I guess when you act on an impulse, you don't really necessarily think what you're doing.
Correct. What about you, Carl?
Oh no, I agree 100% with Kyle. There has to be some truth in it, and also the detail. Like if you if you reread
Her
that,
shit is detailed.
Yeah, man.
Very-
I summarized what was in that affidavit.
I'm sure there's a lot more, but like,
yeah, just just from that summary, and then if it was to read it more thoroughly, my gosh, like there has to be something like there
but
has to be some truth in there.
for
of some
him to
sort.
settle in 24 hours, it's more sketchy.
Yeah.
'Cause what type of case like this, especially on her part, like her accusations, what's the word you were using?
Yeah.
Huh?
Affidavit.
Yeah, the affidavit. Yeah.
What she wrote compared to what, I guess, what he wrote to literally just squash it all out in 24 hours, it's sketchy.
Yeah, she definitely got a big payout, but this is where you might be able to help me because I don't know much about this. So the internet is saying she purposely made it a civil lawsuit because of that New York Rape Act thing where they have a year to basically like it doesn't have to, like there's no statute of limitation right now on it. So they can accuse anyone, they're sexual predators
Within a year.
within this year, and it's about to expire, which is why she did it. But this thing doesn't have a time limitation. So even if it happened 30, 25 years ago, they don't care. They
They
want
don't.
you to bring it up.
Just New York.
Yeah, I believe so. Right now, it's only in New York. I don't know if any other state has it, but New York is enforcing it right now.
Carl.
I mean, it does. I feel like there has to be something with that. I mean, it's very. Right now, it's like very vague on what's going on. I mean, there's definitely more that's going to unfold from that. I mean, I get it. They closed that within 24 hours, but I feel like people are gonna still, just look at that and be like, there's, like, how, like, what's going on with this?
Yeah,
And there's just from that, like, yeah, it was a very brief closeout, but
Too quick.
there's so like that, it's so brief, but there's so many questions that are not being answered, and
I feel like the money that she won,
yeah,
if she did win any money,
she definitely did. But it's
like hush money.
yeah, it's undisclosed. Like you can't. There's no record
Right.
of it. Yeah,
Because I feel like the more she shares, I hate to say it, might be more worth
yeah, for him.
for him.
But it's funny that you said that though, because I think she did a domino effect. She was the first person to step up, and now I'm not gonna go too much into detail because I don't know much.
There's
There's
another woman.
2 more allegations
See,
now
I
from
knew
other
it.
women, and I think that it's the end of P Diddy's era, man. His end of his fucking
I-
disgustingness.
I feel like it's unfortunate that this came up in order to stay relevant. Because
Correct.
how often did we? Well, how often? When's the last time we heard him put out music?
You know what's funny? He just came out with an album this year. I think.
Really?
No one knows about it. It sucks. No one fucks with P Diddy no
Same
more.
with Cassie. When's the last time she put out music?
Long time ago, brother. He never wanted her to work. That's the whole thing. Also, she's accusing him of. That's why she wanted a civil lawsuit because she walked away. I don't think with anything or very minimal.
Got you.
Yeah, she lived a luxurious life that he controlled.
When she was in her prime, she was in her prime.
Oh, bro, in 2006 when she came out
Oh,
with
yeah.
Me and You, I
yeah.
think that was everyone's crush. Everyone had a big
Oh, yeah.
crush on Cassie, and so did P Diddy. And this guy obviously did whatever he needed to do to. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting.
It's unfortunate that this is I guess some of us, this is the first time we ever heard about her in how many years?
Yeah, no, it's
And it
true.
has to
And this
be
is the
this
light.
way.
Yeah, this is the light that we hear Cassie
It
from.
sucks.
But the whole internet is on her side, which is good.
Yeah.
You know.
It is crazy how her Cassie, you don't really know her as Cassie. You usually think of Cassie linked with P Diddy. That's the
It's the sad truth.
That's a sad truth.
Well, I didn't know who Miss Ventura was till they said Cassie.
Well, her name is I thought it was like Cassandra Ventura. From
Yeah,
her.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
her real
So-
name. Yeah.
But yeah, it's insane. You know?
Yeah, man. It's the only thing I will continue a little bit about until we move on to the next subject is the fact that I've heard about these things for a while from him. Like not him doing this to Cassie,
like other
but
weird stuff.
yeah, man, like his ex, Kim Porter, they're supposedly, these are rumors, they're gonna reopen that case. Because now they don't think she died on I think her cause of death was a heart attack, and they think now there's
She's still alive.
No, they
no.
think she's dead,
Oh,
but
she's dead.
they think she was murdered now. Like there's a rumor now that P Diddy might have gotten her killed because like
Like,
someone
he did it, or he.
probably
involved-
poisoned her or put like there's supposedly there's a something in the black market where you can buy it
Mm.
and you can poison somebody, and the symptoms that cause the death is your heart stops. So the first thing they look for is the heart
No, it's not.
and seeing if it's like a blood clot, which is a heart attack and
Heart
stuff like
attack,
that.
Yeah,
So then they stop looking further, and they think he paid people off.
it might be more.
Yeah, because even in that affidavit, she claims I didn't put it on this one, but I'll tell you this much: he paid $30,000, no, maybe even more, 300,000 or 30,000. I could be. This is I know is way off, but
Yeah.
he paid a hotel to get rid of the security cameras where he was throwing vases at her. She claims like they can find it, but
What?
This is Cassie, not Kim. Yeah.
Aren't there no cameras in hotel rooms to begin with?
Hotel hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, hotel hallway.
Yeah. He was chasing her and she ran away,
What the?
but they brought her back into the room, like the staff. How
So
fucked up is that,
weird.
bro? How fucked up is
That's
this?
fucked up. But the staff literally.
Yeah. I mean, they work for this motherfucker, so
So
like,
he basically set her up.
yeah, bro. This guy was a piece of
Fucked
shit,
up.
man. He's a piece of shit. Like I said, the one thing I will bring up too, there's rumors out there that I don't know if you guys just saw Tupac's murderer was put in trial. He's in trial right now, Keefe D or something like that, and that guy supposedly was hired by P Diddy to kill Tupac. He's not saying it out loud, but supposedly that he admitted it in Vlad TV. You guys watch that show on YouTube?
No.
No, it's a show where they interview a bunch of rappers, gang members, celebrities, and they got that guy, the chief Keefe D guy, that he's from a Crip. He was a Crip boss back in the day, and he's saying, he admitted to it. He's like, I gave the gun to my nephew, and my nephew killed Tupac, but my nephew died in a gang war.
See, it's weird. It's
And
like
it's telling you that he tells you that Tupac. P Diddy hired him because he was scared that Tupac was gonna do something to him, which is the stupidest thing ever.
It's weird.
And there's so many rumors out there, bro. There's like this guy is finally being exposed in the light, which I like. There's a rumor that he had something to do with Biggie's death as well. They're saying that Biggie was going to finish his last year in his contract with Bad Boy Records, and he wanted to start his own record label, but he had to work for another label company that was willing to pay him millions more, than what P Diddy was paying at Bad Boys. And P Diddy's like, this is not gonna happen, like because like if I lose him, that's my. There'd be
He's
no
gonna
Bad
lose so
Boy.
much money.
Yeah, there'd be no Bad Boy if there was no Biggie Smalls. Like Bad Boy Records got created because of Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
And when he realized that Biggie was gonna go solo, he's like, "Oh fuck this!" Killed him, got the rights of publishing, and that's why he's the billionaire he is today. I'm pretty sure he's a billionaire. I think he's a billionaire.
Yes.
Random question: who still wears Sean John?
Yeah. Well, Macy's got rid of them officially. By the way, they ended
Really?
a partnership. Yeah, because of the allegations with Cassie.
I didn't even know they were still making Sean John.
Me either.
I
had
just
no fucking
remember
clue.
those velour sweatsuits.
Bro, you're telling me I had no fucking clue he still made those clothing brands.
Sean John?
Yeah, he still makes them, which is crazy.
See, he's trying to stay quote unquote relevant.
Bro, he's creepy, man. The more and more I hear about him in the news, man, it's just a
He looks creepy.
yeah. Now he does, right? Like they say, people like pieces of shit like that don't age well. And usually, like, let's not bring the stereotypes up here, but black people don't crack. But that motherfucker,
He's cracking.
yeah, he's cracking bad, bro. He's cracking really bad. And if you're rich like that, you know you can afford Botox and all that. And he don't look like he looks like he's doing it, and it's just not doing him justice. Karma's getting him, bro.
He needs
Karma's
a
getting
whole
him.
bunch of whatever you want to.
Yeah. But let's talk a little bit more about now the next subject. I'm sorry I brought up horrible subjects to talk about, like really bad ones, but I feel like I need to get like an unbiased situation. Like this next one, really weird, really weird.
I read a little bit of it.
It gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, exactly. He knows.
You can go home.
So
You can go home too.
I drove you here.
I'm walking home.
he might
That's a long ass walk.
I'll be back tomorrow.
All right. So do you guys know who Josh Giddey is? Be honest. Before even I send you the
To be
outline.
honest with you, no.
Okay. What about you, Carl?
Yeah.
Before I got here, no.
Okay. So, Kyle, I'll give you a brief explanation of who Josh Giddey is. He's a 21-year-old that plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's an NBA star. He's probably in his third or fourth year in the league, and he is now blowing up for the wrong reasons. He is rumored to have been – he's getting exposed because it looks like his girlfriend is actually 15 or 16 years old. Rumored. Her age is – they haven't confirmed it yet on the internet. It could be rumored that he dated her as early as 14, and they're saying they don't know if they've been together more than 2 years, which she's now technically either 15 or 16 years old. And he just turned. I mean, this doesn't do him any justice, but he just turned 21 this October 10th.
And he's in the NBA?
He's in the NBA.
Like he didn't go to college?
He's from Australia, so I don't think he played. Did he play college ball? Do you know that much? I don't know, but he's here in the NBA now. This is his third year, so he's been here since he was like 19. What do you think? Honestly, let me know your opinion. Like, well, let me read you a little bit more before you get an input. Yeah, news is spreading that they can't confirm her age, but it's anywhere as early as 14 to 16 years old. She could, now she's a junior in high school. That's confirmed. There has been like 2 or 3 photos on the internet that have exploded, and that's what's making everything horrible. There's a Snapchat photo specifically of hers with him, and the caption says just fucked Josh Giddey. And
What does he look like?
he's I'm gonna definitely put it on the podcast. You can look at it right now, but he is 21, and even if she is 15, there's a 7-year gap. So the age of consent in Oklahoma, by the way, is 16. But the horrible part is there is a big rumor supporting it that she's not 16. And
She can be younger?
yeah, she could be 15 or 14. And if that's the case, that's what's scary. That's what's like. That's why the internet is going crazy, because in Oklahoma, if they go for second degree sexual charge, I'm gonna say like that sexual charge, due to her minor being anywhere from 14 to 15, he could literally be doing 1 to 15 years in prison. So his NBA career could be completely over. But honestly, let me just hear your thoughts. Do you think, honestly, I know later in life, you see like 30-year-olds dating 23-year-olds. You'll see a 50-year-old sometimes dating a 20-year-old.
Right.
What are your thoughts, though, on this? Like, to me, it's fucking disgusting. I'll be honest with
It's
you.
nasty. It's fucking nasty. I mean, in Oklahoma, how old do you say? Can be young as...
Age of consent is 16.
Well, anything down south is weird. You could be having sex with your second cousin and not even know about it. I'm sorry. Like,
Are we going to the same dinner after this?
like, oh, she's pregnant. Oh, she's your third cousin. Like, no.
My sister's pregnant.
You know what's fucking weird?
A
You
serious
guys,
question. In all seriousness, it's disgusting. That's nasty.
yeah.
I just look at a picture of him. He looks like a rapist.
What are your thoughts?
Disgusting.
I was
It's
thinking, you know what? I was
nasty.
definitely discussing, but I'm not trying to justify anything. I even looked at the age of consent in Australia, and age of consent over there is 16 in
But
most states.
this Snapchat, this was in Oklahoma though.
This Snapchat was either in Oklahoma or California.
Is she from Oklahoma?
I
This girl?
don't know. I think she's from Cali.
Homegirl ain't definitely from Australia.
Homegirl probably be related to Josh Giddey for all we know.
Damn, they about to get giddy with that stuff.
Yeah, man. Like it is.
Like,
It's
oh, you
not
look just
looking
like my
good for.
grandpa. No, yeah, because you guys are related. You guys just fuck.
Yeah, it's not looking good for this guy, man. I honestly, it's just.
At 21 though, you're done.
Let me ask you one good question, Carl. You answer first.
What's up?
At what age should be considered old enough to consent for sex?
Ooh, shit.
Obviously, every state is different, but like, what do you think? I think there is a federal law, but I think there's a standard.
What's the age? Because personally, for me, I was gonna say like 20.
20.
I was gonna say 20.
Age of consent is 18, I think, in most states.
In New York State.
Yeah, it has 17 or 18.
I think New York State's 18.
Yeah,
He said 20?
I would say 20.
20 to age of consent. Oh, explain as to why.
I don't know. Like, I feel like 18. Like, first off, I don't even know why 18 was like the number to begin with. Like, I really don't generally understand that. But then, also why 21 for some things. So
For like alcohol and stuff, right?
exactly.
We're the
So,
only country that's 21
In alcohol.
in
yeah,
alcohol.
Everyone else is like
Everyone else is like 18.
yeah.
Do you think that's better or worse?
For
Alcohol purposes.
I don't know, because I feel like everywhere else, like
under
they-
your own discretion.
yeah, I feel like everywhere else, I feel like they can handle their shit like at a younger age. I feel like I guess
As
like,
opposed to like an 18-year-old from New York, you could be
I guess it's like if they like
fucking
start,
around.
yeah, I guess if they start them like at a younger time frame, and then when they get older, it's kind of
they
like
know.
yeah. So I think maybe that might have been like the idea of it.
You know what I think it was too? It's like kind of like an old grandfathered law in because like back then they used to get married really young. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
point. Good
So
point.
like
point.
you know the
Yeah.
18 was like
And
all
having
right.
kids
Exactly. They were having already kids their first year fucking.
at 16.
Yeah, bro. They're getting married really. I mean, you're not wrong when you say this. This could be a horrible stereotype, but I've heard multiple rumors. So sorry if I'm wrong in the South, but I hear the South all the time. Yeah, they be popping babies at 17, 18 years old. Like it's a common thing. Like it's normal.
Look at 16 and pregnant
I was
on
gonna
MTV.
say, yeah, 60. I'm pregnant.
Most of them from the South.
Most, yeah, right.
When someone says y'all in the country
Oh,
accent,
boy.
your country, you're from the South.
Bro, I say yeah. Well, I don't say y'all, but I say y'all. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I agree with you guys. Well, maybe not 20, but I agree that it should be closer to 18 than more farther away.
I
You
would
know, like,
say like 19.
yeah, like age of consent of 16 is a little weird.
Would
Too young.
Would you say 12?
Shut the fuck.
16, you're only
I'm
a
kidding,
sophomore in
I'm
high
kidding.
school.
Yeah.
kidding.
Let me ask you something though. If so, let's say a 14-year-old has sex with a 14-year-old.
Peace out.
Like what do you think should be there should be any reprimanding for that, or is it just
Oh.
two stupid kids in love doing stupid things?
Oh, if I was the parent,
Yeah.
oh, you're out.
You're fucked.
You're fucked. You're out.
Oh shit.
You're out. You want to get pregnant? You're out. I'm sorry. At 14?
Yeah, we're all gonna be entering the stages of parenthood.
Stop
like,
it.
years later.
Well, we're not on that
Oh,
topic
no,
yet.
let's
We're not on that
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, no. Wait, it's still a couple years, but I'm saying like
So if I was a parent of a 14-year-old and let's just say my son got a girl pregnant who's also 14, you're out.
slapping them.
If you could afford to fuck somebody, you can afford to live by yourself with a baby.
I like that. You gotta tell them to strap the willy though.
Oh, no, you're out.
What you say? Slap him by the penis? Is that what you're trying
No,
to do? or-
strap the willy. You gotta strap the willy, man.
You got something to tell us, Carl?
No, I'm just.
The way you were just...
What were the birds and the bees conversation with you guys? Did you guys have them
There never was one.
for you? Really?
Yeah, I don't think my parents ever had.
I'd
They
probably
just
die,
said like, "Oh, you're too young to go out with a girl." I'm like, "Okay." that's
I'd
fine."
probably die laughing. If my parents ever explained that to me.
Really? I mean, my birds and bees talks was horrible.
Yeah, I
It
think
wasn't a
that's
good one.
bees.
Yo, Filipino parents
Virgin.
trying to explain it.
If I can't get a tattoo or
Yeah, my parents are
ear-piercing,
against tattoos too.
then what makes you think I'm gonna have a baby that young?
No, that's true.
man.
My birds of the
out.
bees conversation was just very weird. It was like my dad was trying to be serious with it. He was just like, David, like, don't get a girl pregnant, please.
You
Do
sound-
better than your brother.
You
You
sound
wanna
like
do better than your
you sound like Shane when he's drunk.
That's literally how my dad talked. Very low, very monotone.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Well,
that was
they're
his.
out. They're
My,
out.
you know what my brother did? I'm not even lying to you. He at family dinner, he goes, "Mom," he's like, "Mom was like, what? What
Having
happened?"
a grandkid.
She's like, look at your son's drawer. Do you ever see what's in his drawer?" And I'm like, "What's in my drawer?" I didn't even know he did this. Whole box of condoms. She got furious, but he was like, "Oh no, it's time, David." And then after, when she finally was done, like yelling at me, because I really didn't know where it came from, he's like, "Oh, I put it there." He's like, "It's time you start exploring, and if you're gonna explore, just know
Wow.
someone has to at least tell you wrap the willy.
Mm.
Don't get a girl pregnant. Don't be me." Same advice my dad did, but he just gave me the condoms.
Yeah, I know. I don't think my parents ever gave me.
Your older brothers didn't say anything to you two?
No, I mean, no. No.
Really?
No.
Nothing.
Well, you know my deal. I'm
yeah, I
saving
know. I
till
got you. That's respectable.
marriage.
J for
but
Jesus.
Don't do it because then you want it. I'm just warning you right now.
it's all going to be
I'm saying
forever.
No. When you do it, when you finally get married, just know you're probably gonna get a girl. That's why they say like when you save for marriage, you get a girl pregnant right away because you do it on like 24/7.
Oh, if she wants to have more than
Bro, do
two
it.
kids, that's it. No. I mean,
Oh.
she's out too. I'm joking.
She's kick. You hear that shit?
I can only do so much, Fuka.
I feel you. That makes sense.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I don't think I ever had that talk with my parents.
That's good. My talk was very weird. Even my mom had to talk with me, but it was more about the kids thing too. They just don't want. They didn't want me. Yeah, they didn't want me being a parent so young because they thought before high school
Yeah.
I was gonna get someone pregnant. So
I mean, I said I wanted kids at 27. Here I am, about to turn 30.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that very shortly.
Oh,
But
boy.
going back to the Josh Giddey thing. Now, let me ask you something. He did the wrongdoing, and if she is confirmed to being 15 years old, let's just say 15 years old, should the man pay time? But
Yeah.
you know how weird the NBA is. You know, should the man do time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even from
Absolutely.
somebody who doesn't watch basketball much. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to say it's common sense. It's logic, but it's disgusting. At 21,
And you
And
know
she's
what the
15?
guy was trying to do. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
he knew what he-
knew what he was doing.
And
Don't
also-
even lie about that.
Refill?
yeah, a little bit. She knew what she was doing.
That crazy old
Fuka,
rascal.
don't fucking try to kill me. What the fuck?
You need a refill or you good?
Yeah.
You want her to pizza?
What'd you say?
Oh shit! I put a
Oh, I
heavy
totally
load.
forgot about that.
Yo, be careful with that one.
He's
You
not
need another
driving.
Coke?
He's
You
not
need another
driving.
Coke one?
He's not driving.
I'm taking the Q bus home.
The what bus?
I'm taking the Queens bus back home.
We are. Yeah.
Yeah, split that one over there.
You know what should we
Yeah,
do?
my bad. I put a heavy load on the car.
You know.
Give that to Carl.
You know what should we do
I
after?
still got more.
Okay.
You know what should we do after this?
Go on MySpace.
We should tip the tree that Renee and Shane are putting up.
Bro, you guys still have access to your MySpace?
No, I forgot my username and password.
I saw.
Yeah, me too.
I saw my ass.
What? What'd you just say?
My ass.
Is MySpace still around?
It's like
Random thought, but
it's like a local website where you get to meet people around you. You know,
Oh, my ass.
my ass.
Yeah, MySpace is still around. It's a music thing now. It's
You-
very weird.
You click on it and it's just people shaking their ass at you.
Yeah, don't take everything for. Don't take him serious right now.
but I know.
I'm kidding, guys.
But-
There is no such thing as myass.com. There probably is, but probably
Let's
for
go
a
back
while.
to the topic.
What was the topic?
Josh Giddey.
Oh yeah, no, the motherfucker should definitely do jail.
He's
I
done.
think.
He's
I,
done.
I think he should definitely. If she's confirmed to be
Is-
minor, he's.
Is
fucked.
this his first team?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
done.
He's a.
Oh, he's done.
He's 3, and he's supposed to be like a up and coming star.
Not
Which is-
anymore. A different star and somebody else.
Do you want to know what's fucked? I didn't know
Maybe
about
start
this.
somewhere else.
You know more about this probably.
Mm.
Karl Malone did the same thing, and I didn't know much about that. I was just reading an article, and his
Yep.
name got mentioned a lot. But he
Mhm.
got away with it because he was such a huge star in the NBA.
Did he play your team for the South?
Utah.
He was actually from the South as well.
Yeah.
He's from the South.
Oh, Utah's weird.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Them people there, they're nice, but they're, you know, you could be fucking your second cousin too.
No, he was just like with underage women.
Yeah, it
That's-
wasn't like
that's-
it
yeah.
wasn't
Like
a
just
fucking
as young
secret.
as Josh Giddey.
Yeah, bro. I think his wife was like 13 when he was fucking her, and he was like 23, 24, right?
Yeah, he was.
Oh
Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah, but bro. This is back in the 90s. This man
no.
is in the if I'm mistaken, he's in the Dream Team, right?
He was in a dream team.
Right? I'm
He
not.
was.
He's
Was
from-
he?
He was.
He's from the U.S.
Yes, he's from the U.S.
Oh
I think he's from
no.
like Arkansas or something like that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
No, he-
Arkansas.
He's from
Arkansas?
I'm not trying to be messed up.
I'm pretty sure he is from Arkansas, actually.
That's perfect.
Like yesterday. Oh, when was the NBA created? I just do it in 1946. Oh, there's no numbers out there. Looks it up.
1946, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Arkansas.
But no, I'm serious. He's from like I think he's from Arkansas or something like that. Arkansas, like Louisiana or something. Like
Oh, great.
Yeah, yeah.
that.
None of these states are
trying,
helping him.
Not trying to be messed up, but like, yeah, no, for real. And he was like legit like on the dream team and played on the '92 team.
How old is he now?
Oh, he's has to be at least 50 something, or maybe even the 60s. Because
Oh, he's that old.
yeah, because Jordan's like in his 60s already. Actually,
Jordan's in his 60s?
Jordan actually
No.
turned 60.
Was he in the
Are
same
you
era as Jordan?
serious? How
What?
many years
Was he
have
like
passed
in the
by?
same? Was he in the same era as Jordan?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Alexa,
Yes,
how
no.
old is Michael Jordan?
No, I think
Jordan
Paul's
is 60
right.
'cause
I
his-
think he just turned 60.
He just turned 60. His birthday was in February. or something
Alexa,
like that.
how old is Michael Jordan?
Yeah, like February 14 or something like that.
Yep.
Oh my God, Michael Jordan is
I
60.
think I saw like.
I believed you, but it's just crazy. I can't. Do you remember at 50 he was thinking about? There was a fake rumor,
That he was
going
gonna
around.
come back and all that.
10 years had passed since that rumor.
Well, there was also a viral video of him in like the gym where he dunked at the age of 50.
Yeah, I remember.
Wasn't
And
I
they were just
remember.
like, what?
Son
the-
play.
Marcus and Jeffrey. Yeah.
One of them's marrying that fucking Scottie Pippen's like
Scottie Pippen's
ex-wife.
Ex-wife. Yeah.
She's
That's yeah.
The
Michael Jordan Jr.
So yeah. So Marcus is the one marrying Larsa Pippen.
And she's taking the Jordan name.
like her face is like
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
it's like
So-
mine, like shiny, but like it's pulled.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet she also like slept with Future too.
Oh yeah, Future talks about that. But Future was for savage. He said he did it because Scottie Pippen refused to sign his picture.
Wow, how petty can you be?
Yo, think about
what
how
the?
many. Think about how many years he was holding that grudge for. Like, damn.
I'm gonna get fucking famous, and when I do, I'm fucking Scottie Pippen's wife.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
That is
bro.
petty.
Well-
He literally did another level of petty.
This situation is kind of wild too because I mean, MJ and Scottie Pippen, they're not. I'm pretty sure their friendship has been
Oh yeah,
tarnished.
severed,
Yeah,
severed,
Severed.
severed.
It's
Severed.
done. It's done. But like, what?
Alcohol's getting to me.
What?
Oh boy,
Carl,
no,
order
it's-
that pizza.
Make sure the right people make it.
Oh my god. Oh. Moving on to the next subject. Definitely order the pizza whenever you're ready. We're gonna talk a little bit more about growing up together with you two, family. So I want to know this. This is my question to you guys. You guys have known each other, correct me if I'm wrong, your entire lives, right?
We just met.
Yo, who is this guy?
Well,
Carl,
correct me
nice
if
to
I'm
meet
wrong.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Your entire lives, right?
Yeah,
Entire
yeah.
lives.
Basically,
Legit.
since we were
baby.
like three. Three.
When was the?
Our brothers went to preschool together.
Okay, so Moses held the 10 Commandments in what
Oh my
year?
god.
Somewhat AD.
Yeah, probably AD. That has to be AD.
It can't be BC.
Yeah, exactly. Dumbass.
After this dick. Sorry.
All right, so
No, no.
you guys have known each other your entire lives, basically.
Yes.
And my question is, you guys managed to be good friends, and not just because of family bonds, I think, but how did you two find the friendship bonding? Like, was it natural to get stronger as the years went by, or is it just a natural kind of friendship that develops because of families? Like, let us know a little bit more. Whoever wants to answer first.
We were at a supermarket and I threw a fish at the.
No, we're not. Carl. No, I think it was. You can say natural.
Didn't we bond over the aquarium at the supermarket?
I don't know if he's fucking with me or not.
With the same exact fish tank that's been there in Elmer's.
Wow, look at that flounder.
Well, I think it's because our older brothers went to preschool together. So whenever my mom would pick up my older brother, I would be with my mom, obviously. And if
Oh, so
Carl-
your brothers became friends first.
Yeah.
You guys, your families weren't just friends.
we lived in the same neighborhood in Elmhurst, but not the same block, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
He lived in a different area in Elmhurst, but it was still Elmhurst.
Okay.
I lived in an apartment building in a different area of Elmhurst, but it was still the entire neighborhood was
Yeah.
Elmhurst, Queens.
Gotcha.
So long story short, it was really because of Ben and Clevin.
Yeah, because they went to preschool together.
Exactly.
Oh, so they became friends first, not like you guys.
But I went to preschool, the same preschool where my brother and his older brother went.
Gotcha.
But when we moved here, I took preschool again because of my birthday
Yeah.
being late.
Yeah.
Me and Carl went to preschool together here.
Then I went to the Bronx.
And we,
Wait. So let me wait. So let me ask you something. So you guys aren't actually family friends. You guys became family friends because of Ben and Clevin.
technically, yes.
Like your families weren't. I thought your families were just like jointed from the very beginning.
No, I think it's because of our older brothers.
Holy fuck! And look at the bond now, like the parties and everything.
Like I knew Billy when his younger brother, when his mom was pregnant with Billy, like still pregnant.
Shit.
Remember that?
I actually don't remember that.
You kicked him down the stairs.
What the fuck?
Yes,
Did you really?
yes,
I was
and
like-
I saw it.
I was like, yo, Brody, you want to see? Want to fly for a sec?
He was sitting at the top of the basement stairs and just lightly
Yeah.
tap.
Man, it was great. The kid's face was like,
One more time for the camera.
it was just like,
that camera.
it was insane. Man,
What?
Yeah,
we were
we
like,
knew each other because of our older
was it
brother.
11 to 13 flights of stairs, man. Well, 11
So
to 13 steps.
you're looking at 25 years,
Man.
maybe more. No, 25, at least 25 years.
That's some crazy shit. I didn't know that. You see, I just learned something new. I thought you guys were jointed because of family, but you're really your brothers that
Just
became friends first.
randomly.
Exactly.
Yep,
Yeah.
just
That's
randomly.
actually pretty crazy.
And now we lived in the same neighborhood in West Hempstead, 2 blocks away from each
Was
other.
that purposely? Like you guys told them, like,
From what I've heard, they moved first. So the realtor that they use referred to my parents.
and
Yeah.
ironically, you guys
We
moved
lived
2 blocks, away from each other.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think this guy's fucking following you.
Yeah, we should have stayed in Queens.
Let me ask you another question then. Do you find it beneficial of having a friend from the very beginning? Was it easier for you two in school because you guys knew each other?
Like to make friends?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
It does have some benefit to it because at least you have one person that knows you. Like, for example, if we all went to the same high school and we had no idea who we were, it would be kind of hard to make friends.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
when you first came to West Hempstead,
Yeah, it was very weird. I was introduced to Carl first, I think.
was it?
Yeah. We had
It
this-
wasn't. Or let's just say if we went to Island Park Middle School, it would be weird for us
Yeah.
because we'd be like, oh shit, new school, new friends, new people.
I think you knew. Did you join soccer in 9th grade?
I knew Travis and Branker first
Because of soccer, right?
because of soccer.
You see, like, and then we all became friends. And then you stole Abubakar's gum, and that's how we.
Booba.
a booba.
I haven't used the name forever. You stole Abubakar's cum.
Whoa! Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
You stole his
Don't
gum.
look at me!
Why are you smiling at me?
Don't look at me!
You stole his gum, and I'll never forget this. He was chasing you, bro.
He said gum.
Pause moment. That was a pause moment. But do you remember that in the living environment where you just fucking jacked this shit and you're like, fuck this guy?
What is he saying?
I did the same thing after I saw you do it.
What?
I stole his gum.
Wait, where's this conversation going?
Yeah, bro. Yo, I'm telling you the truth. That's how me and Carl became friends. We would bully Abubakar.
You want to bully?
I was about to say something. So
We used to fuck with Abu. How about that?
We used to say some wild stuff to Bubakar. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Abu.
we
I mean,
still
Abu
say
would
wild
throw.
stuff now.
Yeah. No, like to him. Like I remember he's like, "Yo, can I borrow a pencil?"
What'd you say to him?
And I said, and all he said was, Zzz.
What the fuck does that mean?
What the Carl?
"No,
He
like
whipped his
like,
Ow.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, what the fuck?
and then you know how like he reacts to that. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man!" Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that kid was
You
very
had him
interesting.
speechless?
huh?
You had him speechless?
Oh yeah, yeah. Always, always, and that way too.
But what was the
What?
question? What was the question?
Yeah, honestly, that's a great question. I have no idea what the question was.
Is it beneficial?
Or was it easier? Yeah, was it easier for you two? And obviously, you said you two said yeah, it was easier.
Yeah, because you at least have one person that knows you, or you know one person.
Yeah, like even we could refer that to like
It's not like
yeah,
you're seeing a complete group of strangers. At least you know one person in the crowd. For me, that's comfortable to me. At least I can go to that one person
exactly.
facts.
Yeah,
and be like, "Hey, I did this, I did that.
yeah,
I met this person, I met that person."
yeah. A great example is like even when we go out to like parties, like like
Right.
formal parties.
Or let's just say
Um,
we go to let's just say we're all related here. We go to a family party or a family friend party. We have no idea who's going because we don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
But once we see each other, we're like, "Oh, okay, it's more comfortable because
Yeah,
at least I have somebody there."
like it's like a default. Like you guys already know like who
A
to
comfort.
go to.
an association, right?
Like a
from the
Exactly,
very beginning.
comfort.
exactly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, you guys basically kind of worked into my next question. I'm like, is it beneficial? Like, do you think it's beneficial that families bond like your families do, like for kids? Do you think it does something for kids having a big family
Like-
bond with another big family within a group
Like-
setting of big events?
Is it okay? Is it good that our parents are friends?
Yeah.
with other parents?
Yeah, because I honestly I don't see much of that. I really don't. I didn't see much of it
Yes.
until yours.
I would say yes because let's just say Carl's parents and my parents are not friends, and I go over his house all the time. It's weird because they'll see me and be like, "Oh, it's Carl's friend," but
I have no idea who this kid is.
I have no idea who this kid is because I don't really mesh with.
Yeah, you don't know much about his
making sense,
background.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know that believe it or not, that's actually the norm.
Yeah,
You guys are not used to the norm. With them with at least you two.
right.
I mean, you guys are used to the norm. I come to your house, your fucking family at first says, "Who the fuck is Puka?" You know.
I mean, the way how you met my mom was probably the funniest. Oh no,
No, your dad.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'll never forget, bro. I was legit. Carl told me just go to my bathroom. You have to just take a shit or piss. I go in there. I open the door, and who's sitting right there on the toilet?
Your dad?
His dad. He goes, "Carl." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I just closed the door. I ran all the way back to
Wait.
Carl's room.
When-
Yeah. The sound effects was even better.
I say if I'm with you, my mom has no idea who Puka is.
Let's see.
I have to say David,
Oh, okay.
which is weird for me because I always call you Puka.
but she associates me with David.
Right. And even my brother, he's like, "Oh, who you hanging out with?" "Oh, I'm hanging out with Puka." He goes like, "Who's that?" "Oh, David."
Yeah, Ben. I think Ben calls me David too. I think.
Yeah. Well, also in the house, like when we talk about you, we say David because my parents are like,
Right.
Who's
No,
Puka?
same thing.
Makes sense.
yeah,
Same.
It makes sense.
yeah,
So that's good. I have another family that knows me by a first name basis. You know, not, a lot of people do call me Puka, so that it's good to know that people do associate with my first name. So I agree with you too as well that families, combining together is definitely like beneficial, just because like it brings a bond, it brings
That's your blood.
yeah, it brings traditions, it brings customs and everything. And I don't know, do you see you two carrying it after your parents obviously pass away or things happen like that?
Oh, for sure. If I have kids, oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like, let's say, even if like I moved to somewhere like California or something, Kyle stays in New York, the skills that you learn just from that, like just from building, just like starting from your family
Yeah.
and what you learn from that, and you start to build that more, right? So it starts from you do the fundamentals. You start from the core, right? The way how your family treats you, the way how you treat other people, those interpersonal skills. Now you're using it towards another set. And then when you keep compiling that, you end up keeping that and you end up just like showing it off to everywhere else. So you start to really just like tag everybody along, even when you think about it. So it's not just with a family. Now you're gonna take these skills to relationships. You can take these skills to building friendships. What do you call that? Like professional, professional, like
Relations,
relations,
yeah,
like
yeah,
all this stuff.
absolutely.
So like it's so beneficial, not even just from like from the family standpoint, but you learn so much from that. So how to, what is friendship ideally looking like? How does it look to care for one another in so many different aspects from your professional life?
It's like a good foundation.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
for example, when I said I was going to Florida for my 30th,
Yeah.
first person that my mom asked, is he going? Every single
You better
time,
fucking go.
We'll see.
because our older brothers hang out a lot.
Yeah.
And every time we go out, me and my brother, we go out, they're like, oh, who are you going with? It's always either him, his younger brother, or his older brother. Every single time.
Poor Billy. I didn't know that you threw him down the stairs. That was a new story.
Not
Man.
throw, he kicked.
The original This Is Sparta, that kicked. So,
Oh my god.
Poor
But-
Billy.
Leonidas.
Yeah, I can't.
So speaking about brothers, let's mention brothers next. We all share something similar.
Mhm.
Not everyone in the same boat, but we all have an older brother.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Did you like it? Or the dislikes? Were the likes about it? Was anything beneficial about having an older brother? Any pros, cons? Kyle, you can start first.
Dislike I'll start with is that I feel like they get more away with stuff than us younger siblings do.
Really? You think?
In my opinion, in my house.
Give me an example.
Like if I talk to my mom a certain way, like if I'm just like pissed off, not in the mood,
Oh, okay.
she'll yell back at me.
You.
She's like, "Oh, why are you doing that?" She'll take things to like a whole nother level for no reason. My brother does the same thing. She'll listen to him.
You think it's a pass just because he's the older brother?
Older brother, right? I feel like even though him and I are like a year and a half apart, I feel like she goes to him a lot more because he'll understand more.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're not even that far in age. So at that point, I'm just like, you know what? I'll leave it alone. But I feel like older siblings kind of do get away with a lot more
Okay.
than younger siblings do because, yes, my brother graduated college. He has his master's. He has his bachelor's. Now it's all on me.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing in my life? It's like they don't have to worry about them a lot more than the younger siblings do.
I gotcha.
If I'm making sense.
Do you think? Well, we're gonna go with Carl. Stay on the cons part.
Mm.
Well, it's not a con, but what you think? What your opinion was. Anything similar or anything like that?
I mean,
You're a middle child.
that's the problem.
Yeah, you
You're
have a
coming-
different situation.
coming from the middle child, but
Is it true the stigma? Middle childs get
That-
left
that-
alone.
that's the problem. Is that when I actually like thought about this so many times, where if I actually did have it, and unfortunately, I think I did. I really think I felt like,
Left out.
yeah,
They were
like,
so worried about the older one, then the baby one, that
Yeah.
like the middle one got.
Yeah, no, like I really thought I had it for like a brief moment. Like I think funny enough, it was actually at his house where I had this like not like a breakdown, but I remember, I'm not sure if you remember this, but your mom came back from the Philippines and she like gave something to us. And it was like, I think it might have been like a Beyblade. I don't know if it was a Beyblade.
Bro, we were
It was
These are
it
young,
was a
young, yeah,
Beyblade.
yeah.
that's baby.
Oh yeah, and I remember it was like, oh, like she gave it to Billy, and then she gave something to Ben too. I'm like, I honestly don't even remember what it was, and then that was it. Like she just walked by me, and
You
And-
felt forgotten.
yeah, I felt forgotten. And then I remember that night, like we went home and all that stuff, and I was like, like I was like, I don't see, it's not a big deal, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember Billy was rubbing it in my face. Like
He wouldn't stop.
he would like legit like with the
I can see that,
thing,
yeah.
he's like letting it rip like with the Beyblade, and he's like spinning it around me and all that stuff. And I was like stop that and all that stuff. And then I just had like an outburst. Like I legit took the Beyblade and I threw it like across the room. and it broke. Like, I mean, of course, it's like, of course, you could just like
Yeah,
reattach and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it just like blew up into like those pieces. Kid starts crying and all that stuff. And this kid straight up said, "It's like you're just mad because you got nothing." And that for me, that
Will
was
make you blow up.
yeah. For me, that like I went off. Like I was like I think I beat the shit out of this kid. Like I really think I did.
That's the story of how Billy got kicked from the basement.
Yeah, no, I really yeah no. And then I think after like for I think like a couple of years, like I started to like think things so differently.
You're like a resentment to be the middle child a little bit. Not a resentment, but like
Like so ever since that moment, like that was like the climax, and everything just kind of went down after that. I was just like thinking about it more and more,
mhm.
but in a concept of like it's a good thing because one, I don't have the attention on me, like
all the time. Like even if you're doing something stupid, you mean?
Yeah.
yeah, and it really paid off because the greatest example is literally when you and I went out with Travis.
Great
Like-
fucking times.
Like I remember you told me you and Travis were really trying to get me out. Like, yo, where you at right now? It's like we're at blah blah blah. And
we were fucking down the block from your house.
yeah,
What's that place called?
GW.
GW.
So
What's that place called?
yeah. So we were right down and I was like, yo, bro, like it's 11. I remember it's 11 at night. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And it's like, yo, we're at the playground just drinking or something. Like,
we were sad. This is the sad truth. We were legit doing that. We were with a 12-pack
yeah.
in the playground just drinking.
And
That was the fun times.
yeah. And I remember I was like, man, I'd never been so like on the edge. Like I was so scared because I knew I was like, damn, like
Bro, we ended up getting caught, but his mom didn't give two shits.
yeah, that's the thing though. So I was like, man, I'm so scared. But then something like made me want to like take my jacket and I dipped. Like I snuck out like through the back, like the sliding door. Somehow, some way, like that loud ass thing, I was able to just get it right through, snuck out, and I don't think I ever ran so fast like to the to
he
GW.
got there really quick.
I
Honestly.
ran there and I hopped over the fence and then I ran to the playground and we were just fucking drinking. And then we were like,
He let us sleep over.
yeah. Because I remember it was like, yo, I don't think I can get home. And I was like, okay, cool. You can sleep at my place. And
It's true. I think. I did drive, but I think I left my car there.
yeah, you left your car there.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
because
you
I
couldn't
was
drive.
too fucked up. Yeah.
yeah. But
Yo, you guys.
but
No, the reason he's saying that because I think when he ran out though, he brought more beer from 7-Eleven.
yeah.
So
Were we?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
we went to IHOP the next day. I'll never forget. We went to IHOP next. Oh, that was with Franklin. I was with Franklin. Sorry.
ah.
Yeah, but he did it multiple times.
But going back to the
Being the
benefit of having an older sibling. I mean it's
Cons.
cons.
Yeah. Well, you can talk about the benefits now, and then we'll go back to.
I mean I mean the problem is I'm looking at it now, right? If I was looking back then, if you were to tell me like 21-year-old or like adolescent / teenager, young adult version of Carl,
Yeah,
there would be far more cons than pros.
exactly.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even think there were necessarily.
agree.
I wouldn't even think there were necessarily any pros as like at that age because you always thought that they were always like just treating you like shit, all this stuff. But as
Did they honestly? By the way, like when you guys were younger.
No, but speaking of that, I remember when the PSP came out.
Yeah.
My brother was the first one to get one. I got so mad, like jealous, completely jealous, like pissed off at my mom, my dad, and my aunt.
Oh, they didn't do like that rule. Like if one gets one, the other one gets
Yeah.
it.
So when I got home, I remember it was at Costco. I got home.
You want ice?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
My mom was like, "You're running hot." I spiked up a fever because I was jealous. So the next day they bought me one
Fuck.
because they, I guess, felt bad.
How old are you?
Shit,
Like 5th, 6th grade, right? It might have came out.
8, 9.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I don't blame you though.
The next day they bought me one.
See, my age gap with my brother is a lot different from you guys. Like, I have a huge age gap. Like, my brother is 18 years older than me.
From the oldest to you?
Yeah, no, from the youngest to me. He's the second youngest. I'm the baby. So I didn't have like the jealous. Like, if I got a PSP, it's probably because my brother bought me a PSP. Not my parents. My parents were like, fuck that. We're not buying you that shit.
Yeah, no.
Like what Carl said, if you ask the 8-year-old me or 6-year-old me, of course there's gonna be more cons. But now I'm older, I'm just like, cool, whatever.
Yeah. Well, now there's not really a kind of
A con.
Well, you guys are closer in age, right? Like you and Ben, you
Yeah.
and Clevin. So your brothers, that's what I was going to ask next. Did your brothers ever develop like a big brother role, like ever in an instance where they had to talk to you guys, or?
All right, so going back to that, I don't really like looking back. It was like a con thing because, they kind of just like, I guess, like, were perceived as like the villain, like they were like the bad people, like they would just treat you like all that stuff. When you look back, like you realize like what they're really trying to set you up for. So I don't really think it's not
At the
that
time, it was annoying.
it was an they were
Mhm.
seen as like
Yeah.
that's more the explanation for it, just more like the annoying person. I mean,
Gotcha.
don't get me wrong, the younger one was annoying as fuck too, so but um just like sorry, what was
It was like any like big brother moments they had with you guys. They felt like that you felt like they needed to be the big brother at any moment.
oh oh yeah
Oh yeah,
oh yeah
for sure. I guess you can say before we were looking at it as more of an annoyance, like more ignorant than more beneficial.
Yeah, at the
But
time,
as we got older,
you understood why.
you
they were
understood
bringing-
why
Yeah.
they said that. Why
Can you give me
they
an
did
example, like some of the things they were trying to implement within that relationship? I guess.
it. I guess my brother doesn't like me. Obviously, it's hard to believe. Like I'm more reserved and more quiet than the rest
Yeah.
of us in the group.
Yeah, correct.
But when I tend to speak out, I speak out.
He
It's
doesn't.
bet-
He doesn't
He
like.
doesn't like it.
yeah.
He's like, "Hey, calm down." I was like, "What? If we don't speak out, they're just gonna talk over
You're
us."
being. You have a less of a filter when you speak out.
Yeah. Than he does.
Gotcha.
Because sometimes,
He's kind of more considerate about the other person's feeling, but you're just like, nah, I need to get this point across.
because like, I get this a lot from everybody in the group. Like, excuse me. When I say something, it sticks. And I
Yeah.
heard Shane say that a lot of times. I don't want it to stick it in the harm, like to like stab you in a harmful way. I'm trying to be, I guess you can
Truthful.
say truthful,
the
but
truth hurts.
caring at the same time.
Yeah.
And I guess my brother doesn't like my side when I tell the truth,
I think more like maybe he's always like, Kyle, you could say what you say, but like say it
but
in a
more of
certain
a
way.
filter.
Yeah, say it in an appropriate way, right?
Right.
Like
He wouldn't throw a person's name under the bus.
Yeah, I got you.
But I would, like, because they fucked up.
I like that. No, that's. I mean, I always like that about you. that-
Accountability.
Yeah, yeah. It's
is
you
the
got to be
word.
truthful, man.
It's weird because I think my brother is kind of afraid of me because of how
You voice your opinion.
I voice my opinion, how I deliver it. Because there was one time where him and my mom were like arguing, like they were going for each other's necks.
Yeah.
And he said something to my mom. I remember this till this day. He was like, "Oh, you don't understand because you never went to college." I'm like, "Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't ever say that to mom.
Yeah.
Because if not, this whole argument can turn to a fight between you and I. And I don't want that, and you don't want that. Save yourself now and apologize to her."
Yeah.
And I said that to him. So there was like 3 days, 4 days, which we didn't say anything to each other. He comes
Yeah.
into my room. He's like, "Are you still mad at me?" And I'm like, "Just don't say that to mom ever again." He's like, "Are you still mad at me?" I'll repeat myself. "Just don't say that to mom ever again."
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right." And then that was it. Like, I guess his terms of telling the truth is more soft, but mine is more hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of remind me of me and my brother in a way. I think it more has to do with like in the moment of it, like
Right.
you're not afraid to ever defend your own. And
Oh, yeah.
same here. When it comes to my parents and my brother steps the
Like-
line, because that's what you're saying, right? Like the
Right.
older brother, they feel like they can say more to their parents,
Mhm.
and we could too, but like we
Some-
don't. And when we do it, like we
Right.
get backfire from it.
Right. Sometimes I'll say to my mom,
Defend
like,
yourself.
"Hey, what you just said to my older brother, you know how to push his buttons, and don't be surprised of how he reacts to you.
Exactly. Yeah. My mom, and my brother the same way. It's weird. I'm gonna ask you another question. So save
Yeah.
that thought. Save that thought. But you, next to you, did you feel like at any moment like you were gonna say something before I forgot with the
Yeah,
older brother big moment?
yeah, I totally forgot about that. No, I just feel like so. My relationship with my older brother, we don't really talk much, which is really crazy.
I was gonna say that. I was like, I don't feel like I've
Same.
ever seen you and Ben in the same room.
We don't really talk much, but it's not because we don't like each other or anything like that. Nothing but love and respect for him.
You like your own
Oh,
space.
always. But I like with everyone I do say I love my space. Like I like
You do.
I no
I
I
can.
no I
I
generally do.
can.
Like I love to be alone. I love to do
You do.
things in solitude.
You're very introvert.
Very, very. But like when I go out, I make the best of it because I don't because I my mindset's like I'm not going out as often. So
Yeah.
you might as well just enjoy it. So when people think I'm crazy when I go out and get home by 5, 6 a.m., like you guys gotta understand, I'm not doing this so consistently. I'm not going out like that like crazy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Ben and I, like again, not love and respect, but the conversations that him and I have, it's actually genuine. Like, we it could be like small but brief, but it still means a lot. Like he checks up on me, asks me how is this and that, how's work, all that stuff. Even like back in like when we were in high school, like he would be like, it's like, oh, have you applied to schools yet? Have you done this? Even during college, they're like, how is are you like are you looking to go to like law school? All this stuff back in the
Yeah.
day, like he was really checking up on me. And for me, like I didn't want to give him like a full in-depth detail and give him the whole life story, but
Because
I
he
think
knows you too. Like he knows you're not going to do that too by this point.
yes, not even with like the youngest sibling either, but I just he knows like if I want to tell him something generally, like I will say something, but
Yeah.
otherwise like we're not I'm not gonna give him like a whole spiel about like what's going on and everything.
So like me and your situation is different. Like you two would compare to me, the age gap is huge. But the relationship with his brother is obviously different. But do you feel like because he's so similar to an age, there's not really been like a undermining? It's always just been like you guys are kind of like just equals, and then it's Billy.
Um, that's the thing though, because I don't want to see him and I as equals. Like,
No, like with more like of an age indifference.
yeah, because I guess you could say like the mindsets are different. Like we always want more for each other. We always want to do better. We don't really there's always something to chase after. We're not going to just sit down and do this and that. We're always going to want to, again, just like keep doing better and all that stuff. And we always want to like even with our younger sibling too. We always want him to do better. We're always pushing each other. So it may seem as if like it's being rough, but no, it's generally just for our own well being. We need that push from the comfort zone to I guess like to elevate our livelihood. So yeah.
If you had to compare one of your siblings to mom and dad, who's Ben more like?
Ben's more like my mom,
That's weird. Cause my older brother's just like my mom.
Yeah.
and then in terms of like being more stern and getting things done, definitely like my mom. Billy is definitely just like my mom as well.
Are you like your dad? Your dad. I feel like your dad's more to himself.
Yeah, I think I'm more like my dad, but when it comes to like wanting to get something done, it's more like my mom. When it comes to like the joking side, my dad can joke. My mom literally like she'll like pop those like corny ass jokes and then I'd be like, all right, cool. But like um but yeah, no, like it's also nice that, to be compared to our mom because like our mom is literally not just a matriarch of the family, but she literally like, for what she has done, like the standards that she sets
Yeah.
and yeah, like legit like the strict Asian parent, literally that is her. But Kyle has seen. I remember like because I didn't join a club in elementary school, she literally kicked me out of the car and said, "Go back home. Like leave, go walk home."
The
And
strictness.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like Kyle's been a key witness to all this, and literally like
His mom was pretty strict,
yeah,
even with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wanted the best for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
It's just the way she showed it.
Right.
exactly. Like
She was taught no other way. Just like the same thing when I think Like when I think about my parents hitting me and stuff, I'm like, well, my dad actually never. My dad's only laid his finger once on me, which is ironic. Usually the dad is the abuser, but my little short mom was the abuser. She was the deadly one. But when I look back at it, like I could have taken it like a fucking what you hear nowadays, like like trauma experience and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say that it's not trauma. There's definitely some trauma in there. But as you grow up, especially if you're a guy, I think it's a little bit easier to move on. And there always comes to a point where you get to see your mom finally have a different role with you. And that's the other question I was going to ask. Because they definitely had it first with my brother. Because the first brother is the one that gets filtered with everything first. And then they're kind of a little bit more tired with you. Like, it's not that they don't want to do the best. It's just like they've done everything with that first child. And there's always a bond with that first child, which you mentioned. It feels like the first one that they have, no matter what. If it's their boy, the mama loves that boy.
Yeah, I say this all the time to my mom. Like, you and my older brother are the same people.
Yeah, they defend him the most, bro. My mom is glued to my brother. You do anything, I've tried to my brother's fucked up a lot in our lifetime, and when I call him out, I don't get like my mom siding with me. Oh, he fucked up. He's human. You have to let it go. And I'm like, no, like that's not okay. He's fucked up. He has to fix his mistakes, and then I can let it go.
Definitely.
She's like, no, like that's my son. Like I can't ever put my back to him.
Sometimes if my brother doesn't want to do it, and my mom keeps forcing him to do it, I just be like, why you keep on bothering asking? Just give it to me. I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Even though I don't want to, because you're asking him, I'll just like, just give me this shit. Just stop asking. You're asking the wrong person.
Exactly. No, and it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned
literally
that.
asking the wrong person.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. It's weird that the first brother. We're about to hit the final last questions. We were talking about brotherhood a lot. We had a lot to share. That was actually a good topic. A lot of us went into it deep. Pause.
Whoa.
But now we're gonna hit the final two last questions.
He said deep.
Last two questions, bro. First of all, cheers to everyone because we're about to hit a milestone, and that's the next topic. We're about to hit the age of 30. How do we feel about that? Kyle's the first one to hit it. Pause.
Hey.
But Kyle, you're about to turn 30 first. I mean, how does it make you feel, man? Does it really honestly make you feel that old? Or is it like a happy milestone that you're glad you got to live this long?
That 3 decades, right?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's not his birthday yet, Carl, and you know that.
I'll be 30 next week. Next Wednesday, the 6th to be exact. Yeah, it feels weird, but at the same time, I guess I can say that for me, as I grow older, you tend to not give two shits of what's not important.
Yeah, just make it face you, yeah.
And then,
Carl. Yeah, a little more. There we go.
Yeah.
So you tend not to, what'd you say?
give two shits of what's not important, and you're more focused on what's more important, as opposed to like you don't let the little things bother you as much.
Yeah.
I feel that.
You just brush it off and be like, oh, he's bitching? Cool. Next person.
That
But
was so romantic.
What the fuck, Carl? Yeah, I can't wait to. I don't know. It feels weird. It just feels weird. But at the same time, I am happy that I reached 30.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because not a lot of people nowadays would reach 30, unfortunately. But, yeah, you just don't really mind the BS anymore, but you more focus on, like, what's more important.
Facts.
Like, you realize, like, oh, why am I entertaining something that's not going to benefit me? I'd rather entertain something that's going to benefit me.
I agree.
But again, it just feels weird. I mean, I'm so happy I still have the same friends.
It has been a journey, man.
Yeah.
It has been a fucking journey.
Because you can't say that, I've been friends with all you guys since high school, since literally 3 years old. Carl.
Huh?
Yeah, I can't. Wait, no, it just feels weird. But I am happy that I reached up to 30.
What about you, Carl? The age of 30 is
feels
hitting, is going around the corner.
He's literally a month after me.
Yeah. Well, how does it feel?
It's just being 15 for the 15th time. That's it.
Being what?
Just being. It's just being
It-
15 for the 15th time. That's it.
This alcohol's hitting them.
What was it?
How is it? What's it gonna feel like turning 30? For you?
I don't know. Just be bored. I'll be 15 for the 15th time.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I'll be 20 for the 10th time.
I'm so confused. What does that mean?
It's the black label. It's definitely hitting him a little
It's
bit.
hitting him. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I
Are you
poured
scared?
I poured a good amount on him.
Dude, you trying to kill him?
It's good, man. It's good.
Are you scared turning 30?
am I scared?
Or like nervous?
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous just because I'm a happy nervous. Like the milestone's there. Look at this guy. The milestone's there. You know, like Carl says, hitting 15 for the 30th time. I don't know what that means, but the milestone's there, man. Like I'm so grateful to have gotten to this point with any
Right.
without any complications. Look at this guy.
Are you okay?
He's finally realizing what he said probably on camera.
Oh,
Well, what are your thoughts, man? What are your real thoughts? So, like, you're about to hit 30, son. Like, what is it? Is this like the Miles crisis? Like, what's going on?
nah. No, I don't know. It's just you hit 30. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're just grateful just to live another year, right? I mean, just to live to 30. Well, we're at 30 to hit that milestone. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are questioning their lives right there. It's like, I would say a turning point because you're a teenage. You're like that the 20s is pretty much done. I feel like everyone's like, oh, that's like your prime years. That's the time to like fuck around, find out all that shit. I mean, at least now you can take life. I guess you're a little more serious, and actually narrow down things to what you really want. What are what your goals going forward are,
Yeah.
and what to push yourself. Like how you gonna get yourself for the next couple of years, along the line. But I mean, I used to think, like, hey, turning 30 is gonna be a big deal. I'm like, don't get me wrong, the number, the sound of it, you're turning 30.
It's big.
Like, I never thought like being 30 was like, like it's like holy shit, it's
No,
crazy.
like, lift it more towards you. Yeah, there you go.
But honestly, I just think that don't get me wrong, it's a nice milestone, but it's also a warning. It's like, hey, we got shit to do. We got a lot of stuff to do.
It's like life is literally like just flash before your eyes. You're like, oh shit, like I'm
Yeah.
30.
Because the next time you blink, next thing you know, you're gonna be 50 now.
Yeah, that's my next question already. Just like any milestone, right? You turn what is it? 16. That's a milestone. Like you get your learner's permit. 18, you become a young adult. 21, you can finally drink. And then the next milestone, you don't really celebrate. Some people celebrate 25. Like it's like a transition now to a more mature adulthood. But 30 feels like. Let me ask you guys this, and this is gonna get a little deep, man. This is probably the alcohol talking. Dude, man, seeing your parents get old, how does that feel for you guys? Like, is it surreal to you guys?
Like I thought I would be married right now. I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah,
With at least one child.
I thought I'd be married too, but
But, I guess that type of thing, you don't want to rush it. Because think about it. Now people are getting married later in age.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Which I think that would hopefully happen to me. But if I'm single the rest of my life, I'm fine with that too.
I think you'll find somebody. I think it's
And no, saying that Jamel, that I'm going to marry
a black girl.
a black Jamaican woman. No, it's my life.
I you know what it is. I agree with you. I don't think we should rush things.
Right.
Everything comes like even with people that you see with multiple couples.
Mm-hmm.
They have a couple for a little bit, they break up.
Right.
Like it's nothing. Like I don't think anything should be rushed. Nothing should be like gassed. Like you shouldn't press the gas pedal on anything because you don't want to make the wrong mistake.
Right. Exactly.
But also like you'll know when it's right.
Right.
Because
I said to myself, oh, I want to be married and have a child by 27, 28 so that I can still run around with my kids and not be an old ass man and have a 3-year-old.
Yeah, I feel you.
And look at me, I'm 30 and single.
I
which
would
I'm
like I would like to have a
fine.
kid by 34. 34 would be a good age, like when my first child pops up. But once I start, bro, I'm not stopping.
Oh,
3, 4 kids, easy.
oh,
Yeah. Financially, I don't know if I'm gonna be there, but 3, 4 kids, it's possible.
Financially, I ain't gonna be there.
I think anything's possible, bro.
4 kids?
I think so.
You gotta-
Now
you
now
gotta
the
make a-
alcohol is really
you gotta make a
talking.
GoFundMe account for that shit. For child 3, child 4.
Well, times have changed, right? Like,
True.
you guys come from 2, 3 kids, you know, like of siblings. You know, times have changed, but it's possible. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility. It's possible, depending on what my career is, where I go, how money is. It's a possibility. I'd like to have, just like you guys, I'd like to have a big family. I think those big families are a good thing as long as you know how to nurture them, know the good customs, know the good tactics.
Right.
It's beautiful. Like every time you guys invite me to your family parties, bro, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
right at home.
Or doesn't it even necessarily have to be a big family? Just carry those core values. You know, just like, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
how to take care of someone, how to, like, you know, really treat someone like, hey, it's like, you know, my home is like your home, like that thing. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it doesn't have to be like, you know, big like our families. Just carry those core values in general. Just be like a genuine, decent human being. That's all we ask for. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not, unfortunately, it's not that hard, but people still, you know, make it complex and everything.
But 30 is a big milestone.
Yeah.
I don't look like I'm 30, but
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm 30 either.
I don't feel like I'm 30 either.
I think with
Internally, maybe, but
yeah.
Yeah, the back pains are there.
externally, not really.
Yeah,
But
no. I mean,
for sure, internally.
don't get me wrong. Like having those, having no expectations, like getting married by this age and all that stuff. At this point, marriage is not even like I can't even put that into a factor right now. Like as long as like I'm in a great position where I'm happy, doesn't matter what age I am. Like of course, 30 is like a merit to like, all right, what are you doing right now? Like this is kind of like you kind of gotta do a self reflection. What are your goals? What have you done prior?
Yeah, correct.
Right? Like you do a self reflection, you say, hey, this is what I've done this time and all that stuff. I get that. Now going forward, what's the action plan?
Yeah, you know what's crazy too though. A lot. I've talked to you know, I work at a pretty decent big company, and a lot of them that I, you know, a lot older than me, and a lot of them that I have success that have, you know, knock on wood, still have successful marriages, are people that actually meet later in their 30s. You know,
Yeah.
have more solidified. They've done the bullshit they needed to do, got it out of their system, and now they're living happy lives with their married couple, their kids, and everything. They have no regret because they're like, oh, what if they got the what ifs out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of more content in where they are now, and they don't have to wonder.
Yeah.
And you know, they're pursuing their family and making sure it grows.
Just do everything at ease. Don't rush yourself. And literally, I mean, it's such a cliche thing to say, but like, you know, steady wins the race. You know, like the classic thing between.
And I heard that the best time of your lives, quote unquote, is in your 30s. That's what I heard.
That's true too.
Yeah. So.
But we'll see.
We'll find out. We're about to enter the beginning stage of it. Like,
yeah. And
just a big transition. Anytime you enter a
It
new
is big.
like decade of age, it's definitely like your wonders like what's gonna happen.
yeah.
The suspense.
Like when we first all turned 20,
Yeah, man.
it's like
20s were
Rough.
a nice hayride.
exactly.
Yeah.
When we hit the midlife crisis? Quarter life crisis. 25.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh shit. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
But really picking backing of what you said, I just think that it's the beauty that we're always moving forward. We cannot go backwards.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
always going forward. So you either learn from it or you just continue to go off of what, you know, off the past. And I think that's what I love about it because yeah, you're gonna make constant mistakes relentlessly. It's never gonna stop. But I'm hoping that you're gonna learn from it. I'm hoping that you will be given an opportunity in the future that, hey, this opportunity came back or there's some similarity to it. Did you learn from the previous one, from that failure that you had? Can you take that and apply it to that current situation? And I'm hoping by the time then when the opportunity comes back, you'll be ready for it.
Facts. You can't. You know, also too, like a lot of people say, they say it, but it's hard to take this lesson into like fruition, whatever the word is, fruition.
Fruition. Yep.
But don't live your golden days in the past. Like your golden days are now. Like
Yeah.
make sure you're appreciating it, being grateful for it,
That's
living
like,
every moment.
it's like what I've said before. Like you start to focus more on like what's important,
The present.
the present, as opposed to like before. For me, the tiniest things can like just like annoy me, like get under my skin. But as I got older, I'm like, why am I reacting to that whatever shit that is?
Yeah, it's too little.
It's too little. Like why am
It
I?
shouldn't stop your happiness.
Why am I holding on to that?
Exactly. But that's what I was going back to. I was just like, in a blink of an eye, man. I feel like I look at my parents, man, and time has flied so fast.
Oh yeah.
Like it's crazy. We're as much as we don't admit it. I mean, I'm not saying they're going away anytime soon because they have good genes. Your parents are Filipinos. My parents are Peruvian. They've eaten natural food for most of their lives. They're gonna live a long time. But just we're entering the later stages, right? Like, how does that feel for you guys?
It's like I know they want me and my brother to have a family of our own. Like they want to see grandchildren. Yes, they're getting older. So are we. So I guess time is against both us and our parents.
Are you hoping your brother gets there first, honestly?
I mean, at this point,
Or it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, they just want to see something.
They just want to see like little babies running around the house.
I don't blame them. Yeah, little Kyles.
Yeah.
Or like
Little
someone
Clevins.
calling me dad
Yeah.
would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What about you?
whatever.
I mean, as we acknowledge our parents getting older, right? I think what our parents put us through, what they set us up for as we got older, they're hoping they get that in return. So I mean that instead of them taking care of us, now we switch roles as they get older. They want to put us in a position of us taking care of them.
Yeah.
So literally getting yourself a decent job, a decent career where you can financially be stable for yourself, and then also being able to go back to your roots, taking care of your family. The family part, I wouldn't say is like priority, right? I think still, if you're a family-oriented person, you're going to want to make sure that you're in key position no matter what, in case, God forbid, because you never know what happens. You never know if, something happens to this person or that person. We don't know. But they want to make sure, that's why they're pushing you guys so hard, that God forbid something does happen, we won't be talking about, struggles like, financials and all that stuff. It's like, oh, well, I'm at this age and I'm still in school and all that stuff. It's like, for things like we look back, it's like, oh, this could have been done earlier. This is why we were so hard-headed on you at this time frame.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
So that's why no matter what, it's like, no matter how, how they treat you and all that stuff in terms of like they keep pushing you relentlessly, it's for the right reason, because because they're doing it not just for you, for your own sake, but for their own sake too, because they're going to be at that position, and us going forward when we have our kids and have that conversations with them, we're going to be in that position where we're trying to push our kids so that when the time comes where we can't physically take care of ourselves, they have to do that part.
But then again, when our parents are in their 30s, it's completely different
Absolutely.
than what.
They had their family most of them had their family established.
Because I think it was, I guess you can say, kind of easier for them as opposed to us.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot more.
Times have changed so much.
Because we have a lot more, in my opinion, pressure.
We're all first generation here?
First generation.
First generation.
Yeah, so it's a lot more pressure coming from us.
We have a lot more pressure.
Expectations. But you know what it is? They had to do a lot of the dirty work to get where they are.
Right. Yeah, for a fact.
Yeah.
There is a pros and cons to our generation and pros and cons to their generation.
Yeah.
Correct.
And this is why the problem with that argument is that you can say all you want. You can say because of this and that, and then they will always say, well, think of it like this. Think about the pedigree we had to go to get here.
Yeah.
So they don't want to hear it.
They're going to be stuck in their old ways.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny though? We're going to be the same way with our kids.
Yeah. And
I see
and
that.
you know what the thing is, that we'll still have that mindset, but it's the discipline. You know, I think as long as you're putting that, you know, going forward to your kids and the future generations, like the idealism of what it means to work hard in life, not having things spoon fed, actually getting your hands dirty. I think if you get yourself in that position, anything else going forward, you can honestly just
I agree.
You could honestly achieve, you know, you could achieve it.
It's core values that that we input into our future generations, because you could be putting horrible core values in that the next generation up is going to be fucking awful.
I
Yeah.
think that's why my parents started bringing me back to their home country at a very young age
To understand.
to understand,
Yeah.
like, hey, listen, you're lucky compared to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we come from. You
Yeah.
know,
This
we
is
wa-
where this is where I came from, how I grew up. But how you grew up in New York in the States is
Yeah.
completely.
It's luxury compared to them.
Yeah, it's luxury.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
They don't have running hot water like we do.
Yeah, exactly.
We
We
have
take a
to-
lot of things for granted. I mean, now we're older, we understand it, but like
Right.
when we were younger, we took so many things for granted.
Like, for example, if they
Yeah.
lose power in the Philippines, they make fun with it. For us, we're like, oh,
We bitch
we
and
need
complain.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
We need
Yeah.
the light. We need, like, whatever we need.
yeah.
But
I
to
agree
them,
with you.
they just have fun with it.
I agree with you 100%. I had no more questions. Did you guys have any more questions for me? We're gonna touch on one more topic before we close it off. We had a good. I told you guys it was gonna fly by. We don't. Look 20 minutes in, so we're already at 2 hours. I told you I wasn't fucking with you. It's already 2 hours of a
I
pod.
know. I didn't think it would be that fast.
Yeah,
Honestly, we should have started drinking earlier.
What the?
the black label hit you towards the beginning
That
second
black
part.
label's
I don't know. I
hitting
just
you.
feel like I feel more articulate now.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And I hate that because I could have
Like-
I could have been giving you thorough answers in the beginning instead of me just being like, yeah, I agree.
Like, what
Sure.
question?
Yeah.
Like, anything?
Anything. You guys can't ask me anything. Or like I said, I have one more silly topic to talk about, just a question. But you guys can ask me anything.
What made you want to do this podcast?
Damn.
Damn, that was a nice
Damn.
articulate answer. To be honest with you, bro,
Carl,
it
fix your
was.
face.
I just want to zoom in that face. Pause.
Hey, yo.
It was. I always wanted. I mean, I've told you before, man. I've always wanted to do a pod.
You didn't.
I definitely did.
didn't.
I had a soccer one, failed. Yeah, I did horrible at it.
Well, you got a trial and error.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I had the Island Boys, which honestly, like, I fucked up, bro. I could have blown up so badly because a couple of months after I deleted that podcast, the stupid Island Boys blew up on TikTok. And that name, I could have trademarked it. I could have done something with it.
Could have been certified.
And yeah, and they could have bought the trademark off it, and I would have been rich. Like, look how fucking life works. Like, usually people talk about like, oh, look how life works. It benefited me.
What did I say in the beginning? Everything has a time and place.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's even if it's not pro for you, still look at it like that. Like
Everything has a season. There's a starting point and end point.
like you guys are a little bit religious, right? Like we can all say
Yeah.
that, yeah. So that's God like playing a joke on me, saying like, you see what happens when you give up on your goals. Like you see what happens.
Like, he's testing you, but the fact that you didn't really pursue it,
That's what I'm saying. Like he
it's
said,
like you have more opportunities ahead of you.
So would you say this is like to make up for that?
well, this one I started because I always wanted to do it. Island Boys was something I didn't want to give up, and I did over emotion, over silliness, and I was like, all right, I want to start this up again. And at the time, you know, I had the right people in my circle. My ex-girlfriend was there, very supportive. My friends were like, fuck it. What do you lose trying it again? And at first I was like, embarrassment. Like, this is my third pod. Like, I look at it as a negative thing. And I was just like, what if no one wants to join it again? People are like, oh, this guy's just all talk. He's going to start something and then not do it. And that's honestly how I viewed it at first. And
Like, you were embarrassed to start it up.
yeah, I was embarrassed to start the third one, but then I was just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Just like what you said. And you said, like,
Yeah.
not worrying about the little things anymore. Doing something because I wanted to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you generally feel about the current
Like, where you are now.
in terms of like the Puka podcast? How do you feel about it? Like if I was to ask, if you were like, you know, I haven't seen you in like in a while, and first thing I ask you is, how's the podcast going? How would like your honest and brutal answer? Just tell me like
It is
Yeah.
commitment. It's a lot
It
of
is.
commitment.
It's a lot
It
of
is.
commitment, yeah, like every week. I would tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I tell you, this is the first season I've been consistent.
Okay.
So this is season 3. This is the first season there's been an episode every week.
Okay.
It's been a lot of time consumption, like you
Yeah.
said, Kyle. It's been discipline, like what you said.
Of course.
But at this stage of my life, it's not worrying about the numbers, not worrying about the likes. Of course, when I get the likes, the comments, and all that, what does it do for me? It gives me fucking big dick energy, right? Like, it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something nice.
Yeah.
Stuff like
But that's not what I'm in it for. I'm in it for inner therapy. I'm in it for getting to know you guys a little bit
A
more.
hobby.
A hobby. You know, when you get out of school and you don't have anything
Like
to
a
do
stress
anymore.
reliever.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So, and it gives me the best lesson that I've said, and I've repeated over in time. Perspective is key, and getting to know everyone's perspective, even if they disagree with you, what harm does that do?
It's okay to
disagree.
agree to disagree.
Exactly. People have different point of views, and this is what I want to push also, and I want to get into later on when I finally open a book about politics and start really researching my side of it. I want to have discussions with people that have different opinions from me. I don't think like this world, like if you look at Republicans, it's disgusting. It's awful that we have to be from different parties and hate each other. That makes no sense.
Like I feel like the most useful or most powerful thing that we have is our voice.
Exactly.
Because we're
That's
not gonna
100%
find out.
correct.
We're not gonna find out answers if we're just gonna sit here and stay quiet.
Exactly. I need people to tell me their ugly opinion,
mean-
like what you said earlier about your brother. You need people like that.
Like coming from me, I am quiet, so I'm trying to.
But then when you
Speak
say
up.
something, it's
It sticks, but I don't want it to come off as like a savage or like
I think what you're doing is
I'm more observant because I don't want to act on an impulse. Because if I do,
that's what I'm saying. You want to articulate your words better within your emotion. Like you want to
Yeah.
make sure that you don't want to hold back, but at the same time, when you do not hold back, you want to make sure you articulate your feelings 100%,
Right.
which is valid. Who the fuck? I would be
Yeah.
an ignorant person to tell you don't do it. And you know, as much as I know how you were saying it before. You know, your brother had a point on certain things, but not on getting the truth out.
right,
Like your point was like, hey, listen, Clevin, I needed to get the truth out. You're right. The way I approached it was ugly,
but it had to.
but
be
it
done.
had to happen because no one was saying it,
Right.
which is 100% correct there
Right.
too. If no one's articulating it and you're not articulating it, then it's never going to be said. And it's
because it's like sometimes it's like, is it worth it? Am I gonna benefit it, or are
Exactly.
you gonna benefit it? It's just like,
Ashley shouts you out. She said, Kyle boy. She just responded.
live streaming it.
No, she put it on PCP. Yeah, but yeah, I'm serious, man. Like you're 100% correct. I never had a problem with you because I like that. Like we need people like that in our lives.
Right.
But you're learning later now that feelings do matter as much as you know.
Yeah.
And you're learning to articulate words better. You know, that's all it is. Even me, like I was just like that too. I would get to a boiling point and I just fucking blurst out
Right.
in my family, and then they would be like, "Oh fuck."
Like at my job, my coworkers look at me because I'm the supervisor, and they're a lot older than me. They're like, "Oh, why don't you say something to?" We call him boss. I'm like, it's not worth it. Yes, I'm more up there with you guys in terms of like
Relations, like,
relationships. I'm like, I'm not going up to him because I know what's gonna happen.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
not gonna benefit me. It's not gonna benefit the boss. It's not gonna benefit any of us here. That's why I don't like to just say whatever it's on. Well, say whatever it's on my mind. I do that, but like
You're getting better at pinpointing where you need to
Right.
say it. Yeah,
if I see someone acting like a dumbass, I'd be like,
yeah,
let them.
yeah. I
Just
got
let
you.
them.
Makes sense. Well, the last question. Did you have any more questions for me? That was a good question, Carl.
He literally just like shot it out.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That thing is it.
no.
thing's
Well,
hitting
it
him
was
nice.
Like, I, was like,
I
well,
know.
Black Label's hitting him nice,
I know.
nice.
Look at
This is
him.
my podcast now.
Where are you looking
I'm
at?
the one asking questions.
Where are you looking at? Me and Puka are right here.
His eyes are
I'm
fucked.
asking questions.
His eyes are fucked.
I'm asking questions now. No, those are like the two genuine questions I just wanted to ask because
I appreciate that.
you know it's not yeah. I mean,
Are
Kyle and I have been
you
fond about it, but
like looking like not money wise, but like trying to get like an
Monetized?
incentive
Of course. I'm working
or
on
like sponsorships? I mean, that's kind of big, but
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to work that route.
or
and
collab with bigger
names,
names.
other podcasts. I'm finally aiming the route. I'm just trying to get the noise out there, get the PCP thing, Puka Circle tag.
You think this is the season to like reach out to like bigger names?
Season 4 is something I'm working on, especially right now. Season 3 is finishing up what I have, and season 3 is done. Like, I have the guests. It's over with. Season 4 is even starting with season 3 guests because season 3 is booked. It's done.
Right.
Like, the fact that even when I got you guys, I was already booked. I just pushed the other ones. I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, I know Kyle and Carl are gonna deliver, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let's get this podcast rolling. I don't have to worry about days. I already know they're committed. So I was like, all right, let's get it rolling. Because you guys were technically season 4, episode 3. Like, I'm already like I'm splashing with guests, which is good. Like, I've never like that's what I'm telling you.
Are you looking for somebody that's gonna help you out if you?
So yes and no. Like, season 5 is me and Anthony's collab. I'm collabing with Anthony to do like a
Mike J's brother.
yeah, a co-host session, and he has the equipment, he has the knowledge, he has the vision, and he's starting his own pod too. So why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not push somebody while I'm there? And if I'm getting numbers, then he's gonna get numbers too.
What's the worst thing that happens?
Exactly. And then little by little, getting out there, getting my name out there. But season 4 is exactly what you said, is learning to monetize it better. So that's where I'm gonna start looking at sponsors. I'm gonna start looking at pushing like
more of like a business.
Yeah, just already generated emails that I'm gonna send out to a bunch of podcast companies. Generate emails. I'm gonna send a bunch of small sponsors. I'm already working on the email template right now, and just hoping, man.
Yeah.
I know the thousands. The more I do, the better one's gonna reply. And just waiting. It's just it's kind of like give and take. So seeing where that goes. But the last question I have, this is a silly question. I just need to know because I want to see where you guys are with this question. What's your favorite holiday of the year and why? We're in the holiday season, man.
Shit.
We're entering one of my favorite holidays, which is I'm going to tell you guys is Christmas. Christmas for me is the best holiday for many reasons. As my inner childhood, I used to go out to the tree in my Island Park house, and my tree lights used to play Christmas jingle songs.
What other holidays are there to pick?
Bro, believe it or not, people love Halloween. People love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's up there. Some people really fuck with Easter.
I would say Christmas because I feel like Christmas is like a combination of like Thanksgiving and obviously Christmas
With the gifts, yeah.
with the gifts
And the family.
and family.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it's like Thanksgiving is just like one day, but I feel like Christmas is just like a whole month. So I feel like Christmas is like a combination of like, again, Christmas and Thanksgiving together. I would choose Christmas.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
not that the fact that my mom's birthday is on Christmas, but
My mom's birthday's 2 days before Christmas. Yeah, there we go.
I'll pick Christmas.
What about you?
Damn. Probably Chinese New Year.
What the
I ain't even Chinese, but
what the
So, what is your favorite holiday?
all seriousness.
probably Chinese New Year.
Yo, end this shit. Oh my.
Yo, the fuck? Just tell me what your fucking favorite holiday is.
Gong Hei Fa Choi.
Bro, what the
Yeah, sorry, that's Happy New Year in Chinese.
Is it really, bro?
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to that one Chinese restaurant that taught us that. Okay, damn.
It really is Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
It was not Chinese New Year. Man, I think really, I have to agree with
Christmas.
Kyle. It might have to be Christmas. Like my parents, like my family, we don't go crazy, but like it's like a time where we legit just catch up with our lives and everything.
Okay.
Like my mom literally checks up on me like on a day of Christmas and says, literally, like my mom, we don't really talk like that also, but she legit gives me a whole tray of questions like, how is this going? How is this and how is that? How's that? And I'm like, it's good. It's good. Like it's like a really nice time of the year. Really great quality family time.
Reels everything in.
It honestly really does. I mean, kind of like a metaphor because it is literally towards the end of the year, but yeah, no, for real. I don't know. For me, it's just like a very heartwarming like time. Like
It's a nice like closing point, finish line, and also a checking point for New Year.
it really is. To
I
be
like that.
honest, it really is.
Because Thanksgiving is just one day.
Facts.
Yeah.
Christmas, I feel like it's, what did I say, 1 month, maybe 1 week.
You guys stay up like the Spanish people do, or you celebrate on Christmas Day?
What do you mean?
Like we stay up on Christmas Eve, the Spanish people.
Oh, we go to 12 midnight mass.
Yeah, I don't got a choice. I got to go to mass.
I mean, I guess you can say we technically stay up, but we usually, obviously, my mom's birthday, we celebrate.
What happens at midnight mass? You just pray, celebrate normal
Pray,
church
yeah,
day,
normal church day.
Christmas songs, celebrations.
Yeah. I do the same thing on Chinese New Year.
Oh my God.
Yo, bro.
What the fuck?
I don't even know if I should keep that in or can't.
This man trying to create a hobby into a business and you're going to say Chinese
Bro,
New Year?
that's what might get me the clicks, honestly.
Wait, also, is there a Chinese New Year's Eve?
Is there a Chinese Christmas?
No. I'm talking about Chinese New Year.
Is there a
not
Chinese
Christmas.
Thanksgiving?
Yo,
You thought about that one.
I wasn't talking about any of those. I was just talking about Chinese New Year, man.
Instead of turkey, it's roast duck on the table.
Okay, well, yo,
The roast duck is actually pretty good, honestly.
It is.
It
It
is,
is,
it
Bro,
bro.
a duck is a nice dish. If no one's ever had duck, have duck.
Quack, quack.
But honestly, let's go eat our pizza. Let's go have a good time upstairs for a little
Bro,
bit.
I'm fucking hungry.
The podcast was great. I appreciate you two from coming. I appreciate the questions, the answers. Some things that Carl said I might have to edit out, but
What'd I say?
You'll
I
get this man.
Yeah.
Chinese New Year?
Click
No,
on the
I
likes.
don't want people canceling you.
For what? Saying Chinese New Year?
But any other comments you want to throw in there?
No, but all right. In all seriousness, though, like as we conclude this,
I wonder if this could fit in my mouth.
Pause.
Well, yo.
Pause.
But sincerely though, like I'm really proud of you.
Me too.
All right. No, like in all seriousness, you done projects over and over, and you're not stopping, and I genuinely appreciate that. It just means that you're always moving forward. You're always trying to do better. You're learning from your mistakes,
Yeah.
and I honestly as like for someone who has who's been through that as he has done as well, we applaud you for that.
Appreciate that.
I mean, we came here and all that stuff, but not just because you invited us.
Yo, we gotta make it quick. I'm fucking hungry.
Yo, like he needs to give us like a royalty on this thing.
Oh, yo, facts. If I blow up, we all blow up. I'm telling you that.
That's facts. But anyways,
Hurry up.
but seriously, we're thankful for this, and we're sincerely proud of you.
Hurry up.
Keep going. Please don't stop. Like literally,
Pause.
keep going. You made it really awkward after that, but
I had to throw that in
no,
there
but
for you.
keep no, but seriously, keep
Hurry up, Carl.
goals after goals after goals, and keep us updated.
Absolutely,
I'm
bro.
not
You guys
kidding.
are gonna, like I said, individually, you guys are making a return. Like that's enough said.
Yeah.
And even bigger pods, when I finally get another person in, just know you and Jamel are one. Like that's another episode.
Oh shit.
You and Herbert are one because me and
We are
you.
not-
I can just
we are
see
never,
all the
ever-
rush hour jokes.
Just know,
I'm never doing one of
Carl. No, you know why, Carl? Because 90% of it is gonna be me and you laughing at Herbert.
Pretty much.
10% of it's actually gonna be a pod. 90% of it's just gonna be cracking at jokes.
If this episode doesn't get at least 100 likes, I am fucking all this shit up. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
But no, you and Jamal are definitely gonna sell. You and Herbert are gonna sell.
Season 4?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, season 4, 5, 6, it doesn't matter, bro.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
this is not stopping. But I appreciate you guys again. And what I will say to Carl is pause. Don't ever say keep it coming. But I appreciate your words.
Yo.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Happy
Yo,
Chinese New Year,
And
brother.
how am I gonna get canceled for that? I just said Chinese New Year. I like that holiday. I genuinely like that holiday.
Yo, I'm gonna use that as a clip.
I genuinely like that holiday.
Okay, we get it. We get it. We
y'all
get
like,
it.
Y'all make me look like a bad person. I love Chinese New Year.
We get it.
Like I love that holiday.
Okay, we get it.
Like happy Chinese New Year.
But the fact that ain't none of us here at this table is Chinese.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It might not matter
It
actually.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I love Chinese.
As long as I known you, you never celebrate Chinese New Year.
What was the word again?
Gong hei fa choi.
Yo, Kyle. Gong here for Troy.
All right, thank you guys for
Yo,
listening.
no.
I appreciate
We
it.